It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. Will Smith. This is what an ace looks like.
And tag out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. The real ones call me D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. But we've got a lot to get into tonight. The Dodgers implode to the Padres. They blow a 6-run lead. You heard Matt Vasgersian say 007. That is a percentage chance you're going to drop that game with a lead like that. And it was just a downright implosion by Los Angeles. We have so much to get into in this one. Bottom line is the Dodgers had opportunities again and again and again, early, middle, and late, to really just go for the jugular and put the Padres away early. They just couldn't get it done. They couldn't get the big hit. 1 for 9 with bases loaded today, 6 strikeouts. And today, the Dodgers couldn't get it done with runners in scoring position. 3 for 17, now 8 for 43 in the series with runners in scoring position. This Dodgers offense needs to wake up. Look, bottom line, a lot of their superstars, they came through in this series. The Dodgers superstars didn't come through as much as the Padres did this series. Mookie Betts, a golden opportunity to have a real Mookie magic moment at home at Dodger Stadium. I don't know if he's healthy fully, but Mookie Betts just couldn't get it done right there with runners in scoring position. Then DJ Peters, he swings at ball 4. You can't blame him. It's a tough pitch to take with the full count. But look, I kind of want to see Clayton Kershaw lay down a squeeze bunt there. But the Dodgers, they had their opportunities. I don't like Edwin Rios going up there. He's now, I think, 1 for his last 25. Edwin Rios doesn't look like a big league baseball player at the moment, and it's unfortunate because I am a self-proclaimed Edwin Rios truther. You know I love me some Babe Rios, but the Dodgers, they lost to the Padres, and like I said, if you look at the runs, they're very close now for this series. They take 3 out of 4 from Los Angeles in L.A., and now I'm wondering from you guys, now does San Diego have L.A.'s attention? They certainly have my attention. That's a team out there stealing bases, going for hit and runs, a scrappy baseball team out there that didn't want to lose. I think the Dodgers didn't match their intensity this series, and I think it was something that needs to change very shortly here. But I know you guys have a lot to say, and bottom line is it's still one game in April, and the Dodgers, to me, are still out in front, the better team. We're not fully healthy, but you're seeing the glaring weaknesses in this Dodgers bullpen. I did think Clevenger did a nice job there today, but look, Brusdar, Graterol, Vigon didn't have his best day. David Price didn't have his best day. Jimmy Nelson bounced back nicely there, but they all had their issues tonight. The Dodgers, they lose by a score of 8-7, now just one game up on the San Francisco Giants in the NL West. But you guys are on fire in the comment section, so we are going to get right into it. If I don't get to your comment right away, let me know. I'll just keep firing back, and I'll get back to you guys. But I want to know, first question from you guys today, why did the Dodgers lose today? What was the reason for today's loss to the San Diego Padres? Here we go. 7. We got Sal Gonzalez. Come on. We saw closing pitcher suck from Linda Goodman. Bobby Coped, LOL. I don't believe in the Dodgers anymore. That's from Nate's Gaming and Dodgers Baseball Fandom. Our bullpen is bad right now. We got bench players suck from Frankie Valles. Let it all out, guys. This is your show to blow off some steam. Get all your Dodger takes. If you bring those fire Dodger takes, you're going to get some flames. But here we go. Why did we blow a 6-run lead? Choke job in L.A. A nice bullpen. Roberts needs to go. That's from Linda Goodman. He's always public enemy number 1. And look, I think that you got to find a way to manufacture a run there if you're Dave Roberts. I just don't like the move having Edwin Rios coming up there swinging for the fences when you just knew what the outcome of that at-bat was going to be. I mean, 1 for his last 25. He hasn't gotten a hit since April 13th against the Colorado Rockies. He just doesn't look like a big league player at the plate at the moment. But we just don't have Bellinger. Great point. There you go. Positive. We don't have Bellinger. Good point. That's from I'm a Not Say Productions, Joey Torres. By the way, also, let me know where you represent Dodgers Nation from today. Give me those city zip codes. I always want to give you guys shout-outs for where you represent Dodgers Nation from today. Bro, Edwin Rios couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. That's from J. Cruz 222. Don't expect them to win. That's from Susie Wichman. Doug, bases loaded 4 times. Yeah, I mean, we're going to break down the game thoroughly in just a second, but you're going to see opportunity after opportunity early on, and the Dodgers just could not capitalize. Left on base killing us. Yeah, by my count, don't know what the number at the end there, but I mean, they're well over 30 for the series. I think that was at 17. Was it 16 or 17 tonight for the Dodgers? 18 left on base. You can't leave those runs on there. You got to cash in at some point. And look, I mean, you gotta look. They're poking at the bear. They're poking at the bear, but we weren't giving them the claws tonight. I mean, we had to really just show them that your guys are going to remain behind the Dodgers in the NL West. But the Padres are saying emphatically that they're going to contend with the Dodgers in this division. And they showed a lot of grit with that comeback. But on the flip side, the Dodger team that came back from a 3-1 series. But this is this year. That was last year. Unfortunately, not enough big moments for the Dodgers today. But the Padres are killing us. The 0-50 batter. We got losing a series in L.A. Blew too many chances. Dodgers deserve to lose. We got 18 left on base. Tatis is a beast. We got Dodgered, need to practice getting runners in scoring position. Mookie just isn't right. That's from Armando Oswald. Yeah, I mean, Mookie Betts definitely doesn't look like he's quite right at the moment. I mean, he's 8 for his last 36. 8 for his last 36. Tonight, Mookie Betts, he ends up going 1 for 7, accounted for 6 outs tonight, did Mookie Betts. And unfortunately, I thought it was going to be the first real big Mookie magic moment at Dodger Stadium in front of fans. Had an opportunity there against Melanson, but unfortunately got under one there. And he also got a really bad call, too, on that strike 3 call at the bottom of the zone. I'm calling the dumpires from now on until these umpires can get right, because there were some atrocious calls again, but now we just expect it at this point. But here we go, guys. We got Roseville. Keep coming with your takes, guys. I know you're bringing it tonight. Padres' record is sad. We're still in first place. Yeah, but we're still in first place. But look, it's an early season. They're 13-11. Dodgers 15-7. They can close that gap in short order. We don't see them, again, I think, until middle to late, I think towards the end of June. And this is a team that can go on a run. And the Dodgers now suddenly have these injuries piling up tonight. I mean, you saw. I mean, nice job by Kenley last night, but the loss of Corey Knebel. Tonight, Brusdar Graterol, he did not get the job done. David Price, he gave up 3 hits, an earned run, had the strikeout. Brusdar gave up 2 earned runs. Victor Gonzalez, he gave up that hit, did get the punch out. Jimmy Nelson, 2 earned runs. I did like what I saw out of Garrett Clevenger there. He has that misbat stuff. He had the velo. And we really should be talking about how great of an outing Dustin May had today, because really, Dustin May was marvelous. It was marvelous May tonight for the Dodgers. Dustin Mania and my Dustin Maniacs would be going crazy right now, but unfortunately, we got to talk about this game. But let's get into some of these comments, and we're going to get into the action. But we got Dumpires. That's what I'm talking about, Evs. Thoughts on AZ 7-inning no-hitter? That means really virtually nothing, really, to me. Nice. I mean, it's kind of funny. I'm kind of happy that Mad Bum didn't get to experience that glory. Send Price down. No, I think we need David Price right now. I mean, David Price really, in the last couple of weeks, has been one of the more consistent Dodgers bullpen pieces. You saw what he did last week. David Price, they're going to count on David Price. Shout out to my man Alberto Pimento, hooking it up with 99 cents. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to the 99 cent store right after that and caught me something. Thanks to you, my man. You get a Let's Go Dodgers. Send Rio to AAA. Rios needs to go back to AAA. No small ball, always just swinging for the fences. Yeah, I mean, look, if they're going to give you a runner at second, if you're going to have this extra inning rule as it is, I think that you got to find a way to manufacture a run. You're seeing some hit and runs from San Diego, some double steals. I think they had 5 stolen bases again tonight. Look, it's fun to see their style of play with all that action on the base pass. The Dodgers is going up there, free swinging. Like I said, for this series, the Dodgers just did not hit well this series against San Diego. They just couldn't get it done. 32 for 139, hitting 230 this series. A lot of cold bats early, and they just couldn't get it done and manufacture runs. Thanks a lot, my man Alberto, hooking it up. D-Mac at the plate could have done better than Rios. That's from JP. Hey, man, I don't want to say that because, I mean, I'm not a big leaguer. I probably couldn't hit a beach ball off a tee, if you know what I'm saying. But he just looks frustrated at the plate. His approach, a very big all-or-nothing swing. You would think that he would understand that he's going to get more of an opportunity to play this season, but he hasn't made the most of it. But nice job by Noisy, by the way. He came through. Sheldon Noisy really was the best Dodgers bat this entire series. He gets the home run. But here we go. We got to bring up Morrow and dump Price and Nelson. The Dodgers can't hit the curve. Thomas Cooney, yeah, they're struggling with that this season. Great point. Bring up Cabert Ruiz, Craig Osterberg over on YouTube. Yeah, Cabert Ruiz, this guy's bat-to-ball skills are definitely something to feel good about. But look, I mean, have you met the sack fly? Exactly. I'm depressed after today's game. That's from Jordan Liebman. Douglas Mendoza over on Facebook. Padres wanted the W. More Dodgers looked like they were. I mean, hey, man, I mean, that's your take. And, like, I wouldn't say, look, the infield shift is so overrated. SD exploited it. Yeah, that's a great point there. When Grisham gets the single there, Grisham was having success on that on the shift, and you're absolutely right there. I was thinking the same exact thing myself in the top of the ninth inning. So we can jump. We'll get into this whole game, but we kind of dive into where it went wrong here. But let's just jump into some more comments, and we'll get into it. So Barnes is garbage. I think Barnes took some really good at bats tonight. He got. I mean, really, he was one of the better Dodger hitters out there tonight, coming up with some RBIs. He had an RBI today, and then also Austin Barnes. He ends up going. He had the big walk right there. I mean, he was giving you big league at bats. A great AB from AB, who ends up going 2 for 5. So I would not pin this on Austin Barnes in the least. Yeah, I mean, really though. I mean, I just went. Austin Barnes did a nice job today. But here we go. We got. I got the walk bottom of the 11th. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments. Who do you blame this loss on today, and are you taking San Diego seriously at the moment as a threat to the Dodgers in the NL West? Peters down to A-ball. Yeah, Peters did not look good at the plate, but look, I mean, can you blame the guy? He's had a few at-bats in the show, and he's put in a tough spot, so I'm not going to put this on Peters. They need to bunt. I want to see Kershaw bunt right there in the bottom of the 10th inning. So let's start let's go to your comments. You guys are on fire. So Ramos hooking it up with 299. My man, that's what I'm talking about. Missing Jock and Kike. Jock's been terrible. Kike's been okay. Rios is terrible from Sean. We got Brian. Too many swings and misses on the curveball in the dirt. Dodgers couldn't cash in on full bases and multiple errors. We got David Rodriguez. Can we get a catcher? How about Dodgers got to practice how to be Trevor? We got Laura Quintana. Our defense was terrible. That's one reason I miss Belly. Yeah, I mean, Cody Bellinger in center field is top. He's top shelf. He's top shelf stuff. Unfortunately, Cody Bellinger's bat was cold before he went out the injury with that microfracture in his leg, and he was a guy who struggled last season. So to say that, if Cody Bellinger was going to solve all the Dodgers' problems, that's definitely not the case. He has to prove that he's out of his slump from 2020 and that he's hitting the ball and seeing the ball well this season. He has shown some nice flashes, but he's going to need some time to get that timing and rhythm back when he does make his way off the IL. But everyone's got to step up. These Dodger bats at the top of the lineup just aren't getting it done like they need to be doing of late. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I mean, tonight, Corey Seager had a solid night, goes 2 for 7. He came through yesterday. Justin Turney goes 1 for 5. Max Muncy, 5 walks for the funky Muncy. One of the first Dodgers to do that in like forever. I forgot who it was. But this lineup, it's all this Dodger depth, I think is I don't want to say it's overblown, but you're not seeing the quality towards the bottom of that lineup. We were hoping that Gavin Lux would be a guy that would come in and play well and be a weapon down towards the bottom of that lineup. And same with Zach McKinstry, who's a 4C on the IL. So you have a combination of a hungry Padres team, a banged-up Dodgers team, and also a Dodger team that, despite being banged up, are not taking advantage of opportunities. 1 for 9 with bases loaded tonight, and you see the runners in scoring position numbers are just not what you want if you're the Dodgers in this series. So it's just unfortunate they weren't able to get it done in this series. And but back to you guys, or let's go back to you guys, and then we'll start breaking this on down. But we got bunt. Padres play like they want it more. Do you guys actually believe that? Do you believe that the Padres, give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no. Do you think that the Padres wanted it more than the Dodgers? I don't think so. I think they definitely have that fire. Their eyes light up when they see Dodger blue. I mean, they definitely had that fire in their eyes, and the Dodgers really kind of buried him. I mean, for a moment, it looked like the Dodgers up 7-1. They're going to get this series split despite being banged up, and you could really feel good about splitting the Padres considering the circumstances. But the way the series ended definitely leaves a bad taste in your mouth. There's no question about it. But here we go. Doug, we need the positivity to drain the sadness. Joseph, yeah. You know how we do. We kind of it's a little roller coaster. We kind of go down, then we crank our way back up. But look, the Dodgers, they're fine. Still so much talent on this team. Dustin May, we're going to, spend a lot of time talking about how great Dustin May looked tonight. I thought, really stood out with Dustin May was how he landed that curveball with strikes. I mean, 4 strikes in this game. I mean, Dustin May was downright dominant. I mean, 10 strikeouts for D. May, 5 coming from that curveball, and 3 from the 4-seam and 2 from the 2-seam. And, yeah, Dustin May was really getting it done. I thought that was going to be really what this show was going to be all about. He goes 6 strong, 1 run on 2 hits, 10 punch-outs, 93 pitches, 61 for strikes, 15 for 21 on first pitch strikes, 24 called strikes for Dustin May, 13 swings and misses. That 2-seam is always going to be filthy, but the curveball, the command he had on it, landing it for strikes, I thought it was very impressive. I mean, you saw the at-bat against Grisham, the at-bat against Carantini. There were some other examples tonight where Dustin May was throwing that curveball in the zone, and this guy looks like he's an elite pitcher, and he looks like he has ace potential written all over. I mean, if you look at Dustin May, that ground ball percentage, 56.8%, that's towards the top of the league, and you see the improvement in that K percentage. Last season, a 19.6 K percentage. This year, 33.8% heading into today, so that'll go up. So you got to feel good about D. May, but you don't implode like the Dodgers did tonight and not get all the way into it, because really just a terrible loss for the Dodgers. It counts as one, but they have to wear this loss, and this loss, they have to sit back and take this loss, and they don't have an opportunity to make up for it until June. So the Padres, they're going to gain a lot of confidence from their performance against the Dodgers this weekend, taking 3 out of 4 at the Ravine and beating the Dodgers, I think, for the first time in, 12 series. So for this franchise, I think it means a lot. Yes, it means more for the Padres than it would have meant for the Dodgers, but you can't give a team like the Padres confidence, and all of a sudden in the NL West, you have the Giants, Padres, and Dodgers, 3 teams all right there in the mix. Like I said, the Giants are only, I believe, 1 game behind the Padres, behind the Dodgers now in the NL West, and that is not what you want to see. So the Dodgers are going to have to, fight out the Giants and the Padres all season long, get healthy, avoid injuries, and start to be more consistent at the plate and take advantage of opportunities. Right now, the Dodgers, they're just not the team you want to see them. Not the team you want to see with runners in scoring position. I mean, it's not like what we saw last year with this club getting clutch hits. I thought maybe we'll have some rookie walk-off magic with DJ Peters, but it just wasn't the case. And the Dodgers, they just could not get it done. They just could not get it done tonight, and it was definitely unfortunate for LA to drop this one. But yeah, let me know down below in the comments. Do the Padres have your attention now in this for this division? How big of a threat do you think they are? But the Dodgers 8 for 43 with runners in scoring position in this series, hitting about 186. So that's not going to get it done. That shows you that the opportunities were there. You had men on base, and they just weren't getting it done. But let's jump into the game. So and we have a lot to get into, a lot to break down in this one. So bottom of the second inning, Max Muncy Dodgers got on the board in the bottom of the second inning. Fantastic at bat by Austin Barnes. He falls behind the count 1-2, then works it full. Then on the 8th pitch, he slaps a Musgrove slider into right for a single, scoring Muncy, making it 1-0 Dodgers. Then May struck out looking for the second out. Mookie Betts, he grounds out to short. So some more missed opportunities right there in that inning. But the Dodgers do scratch first. They go up 1-0. And so much more to get into with this one. But DJ Peters, what is he good for? Jimmy Nelson hasn't looked good at all. That's from Robert Rocha over on YouTube. Neil K, Price, Gratterall, Gonzalez, and Nelson through batting practice. We need to find another arm in the bullpen. That's from Alex over on Facebook. Glenn over on Facebook. Pathetic giving a team like that Padres some momentum. They can't field where the crab. They rely on Tatis home runs, and Dodgers play right into their hands. It's a great take right there. You don't want to give a team like the Padres that kind of momentum. And look, they were feasting off Fernando Tatis bombs this entire series. Fernando Tatis, 5 home runs this season. That matches Justin Turner's home run total for the whole year with 5, and he's the Dodgers team leader in home runs. So they just let him just rake against him. Look, he's a fantastic player. FTJ is a downright superstar. There's no question about it. But look, I mean, the reality is the Dodgers should have won this game by a healthy margin, and they should have split this series, but they just let it get away, and unfortunately, not the best day for the Dodger bullpen and the Dodgers offense. Look, the Dodgers could have conceivably scored 10-plus runs, and it'd be body slam Diego time, right, like we like to talk about, but unfortunately, it wasn't it. But we got CSK. They have big threat. Kershaw needed to bunt. Like what I was saying earlier, that would have been over. I mean, it would have been fun to see. But look, he was hacking up there. It was a good at-bat. But, I want to see some action. I want to see the ball put in play and put pressure on that Padres defense, like you mentioned a couple seconds ago, that has had their issues. So you want to put some pressure on that Padres defense that has made some key mistakes. They've also made some big plays. You saw Machado's big stab on Mookie's hit in the other night in Game 2, and then you saw in Game 1 Cronenworth's play on Noisy. So they've also made some really big plays too. But Larry Scott, who cares about April? We need Lux and Belly back ASAP, Padres. And I'm with you on that, but the reality is that Lux and Belly were also struggling by the time they went down. But we need them the sooner the better, because we both know that Gavin Lux and Cody Bellinger are special players, and we know that having those two guys in the lineup are really going to have a big impact almost right away. So immediately. Roberts, this is Roberts' fault. He did not have. Don't be like that, man. Don't be making fun of people like that. But Jansen, why take May out? He's stupid. We got Dodgers still have a better team, but Padres more hungry. Hopefully Dodgers get the hunger back. Jason over on Periscope. Back up. We got David, bases loaded 3 times. We got could have kept Noisy into bunt. That's another good point. They can barely beat us 50% healthy. Scotty Cat, am I the only one who thinks the Dodgers spark is missing? We got May limited Machado, that's for sure. How come Dodgers never bunt? We got the ugliest game I've seen in 2 years. We got Rios doesn't belong in MLB from Mark Pfizer. We got it's April, chill the F out, people. Yeah, I mean, definitely some voice of reason right there. It is only April. It puts things into perspective, but there is a different level of juice with this Padres-Dodgers matchup. If you don't think it's a rivalry, that's fine. Of course, they'll never replace the Giants, but if there's one team that you would hate to lose this year, who would that team be? I know your answer already. It'd be the San Diego Padres, right? So they are the temporary rival. I don't care what you want to say. It is the Dodgers' current temporary rivalry, and it'll never replace the Giants, but there is some serious I just didn't like it. I mean, yeah, there's just some serious fire. But the Dodgers, then in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Corey Seager, who tripled to right. He cranks a Musgrove cutter inside. He ropes one to right. Then on a 0-2 count, Justin Turner rips a single to left, scoring Corey Seager, making it 2-0 LA. JT's 18th RBI of the year, leads the team. Then Max Muncy draws a free ride to first, giving the Dodgers runners on first and second. No outs. CT3 takes strike 3 on the corner for strike 3. Jim Reynolds, he missed what would have been ball 4. And just another terrible one. They don't call. And then Matt Beatty, he gets hit by the pitch. That loads the bases for Luke Raley. Then on a 2-2 count, he goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. Then Austin Barnes, he grounds the short. Frantas T. Jr.'s throw was high, but they were still able to get the out. So another missed opportunity. The Dodgers do tack on another run there to make it 2-0. But like I said, another missed opportunity. Then in the top of the 4th, on a 2-2 count, FTJ just crushed his 5th home run of the year off Dustin May. He just kind of left it up there on the fastball, and May would respond in a big way. I mean, I loved the way May responded in that inning, and you got to give him some love. Mash that like button for Dustin May. We've got ourselves a bona fide future ace in Dustin May. The way he's started to refine that curveball, the way he's implementing that 4-seam fastball, and the improvement in his command, I'm telling you, he looks up to Jacob deGrom. There is no Jacob deGroms out there other than Jacob deGrom, but this guy is going to be a top-shelf frontline starter. I feel it in my bones. So mash that heart button for Dustin May. But let's go back to the comment section. So he bounces back. He gets Grisham looking at a fastball for strike 3 for the first out. Then he gets Machado looking at strike 3 for the second out. And then he freezes Hosmer with another filthy curveball for strike 3. Like I'm saying, he's an absolute freaky filth machine, is Dustin May. But here we go. Rios needs to be sent down to the minors. How about the Astros? Tatis owned LA this weekend. That's from HH4. We got Mike and Vasquez. It's fine. They just need to win in the playoffs, and that's what matters. Absolutely. But look, I mean, this is where you wire your season, wire your team's championship DNA in this season, and you test their championship medal. And look, bottom line is, you don't want to lose this division. You have that 9th straight division title in your sights. We're chasing the Atlanta Braves. You don't want to lose this division to the Padres, because then it's officially a rivalry, because that means the Padres took something that the Dodgers wanted, and that's a division title. And I think that this is going to give them a lot of momentum moving forward, and we'll see how the Dodgers respond. They host the Cincinnati Reds, have a pretty favorable schedule. So it's early, absolutely. Get a let's go Dodgers from that. We're good. Run division with depleted team. That's good. I mean, we're good, but I mean, you have to acknowledge the holes in the bullpen. I mean, they're for real, and the injuries are piling up. I don't think Mookie's even at full strength right now. Coming back off that back injury, he gets hit by a pitch in the forearm wrist area. He just doesn't look like he's at 100%. He's barely missing on some of these pitches, getting very close to being that Mookie Betts that we saw last season, but he is going through it right now. A tad bit, but can we get a catcher that can throw someone out? We got just doesn't seem to me the Dodgers match the Padres' intensity in these games. So it feels like a lot of you guys feel that way about the Padres, about the Dodgers not being able to match the Padres' intensity in this series. But look, if you look at it, if the Dodgers just take care of business tonight, it's a different story. They split the series, even though they're undermanned. And look, don't kid yourself. I mean, look, when we talk about spark, I see a lot of you guys talking about the Dodgers' lack of spark. Well, I think that one of the biggest spark plugs early this year is Zach McKinstry. So don't discount the loss of Z-Mac, Zachary the attackery out there. You definitely feel it out there. When he's at the plate, he's got those bat-to-ball skills. You're going to see some balls put in play. You're going to see some hits from Zach McKinstry. So for them to lose him, it definitely was a big blow on top of everyone else. That's the one that I think really hurt the Dodgers in this series. He's a guy that plays with a lot of spark, and I think I attribute a lot of that to that. But ESPN broadcaster said this is the biggest rivalry in all of Major League Baseball, and I agree. Roger, the Los Angeles Dodger. May and CT3 were the bright spots. Yeah, it was nice to see CT3 hit that 3-run shot. We'll get into that. So bottom of the fifth, another missed opportunity. Turner fly to center, Muncy walked. Turner fly to center, Beatty walked. Rayleigh was hit by a pitch to load the base with 2 outs. Then Austin Barnes, he couldn't lay off that breaking ball, and he goes down swinging. So you saw the bases were there was so much traffic on the bases. I mean, it felt like the 405 freeway at 5 o'clock on a Wednesday. I mean, there was so much traffic they just could not capitalize again and again. I don't know if they were comfortable with that lead, but then they started to pour it on right there. So top of the 6th inning, Dustin May, he strikes out Kim for the first out. He walks FTJ on 4 pitches. Then a really nice play by Austin Barnes to keep FTJ from getting to scoring position. Could have been a wild pitch. Nice job by Barnes right there behind the plate. Then FTJ steals second. So that's kind of one thing. You're talking about sparks. If you want to light a fire under your players, you have them active on the base pass. So that's definitely a good point. We got D-Mac. You think they make a trade sooner with the struggles or wait it out? I think they wait out a little bit for sure. They're always going to be active in exploring and doing their due diligence on players available, but you kind of want to see this team play out, see who the pretenders, who the contenders are. But I definitely think they'll be active at some point during this season. I definitely think that they're going to need an arm. I mean, you got 2 months. That's how long they expect to see Corey Knebel out. And they still haven't got Joe Kelly back. You got Tony Gonsolin. Doesn't look like he's going to be back anytime soon. So I do definitely think they're going to be active. May is fiery, absolutely. DJ swing at ball 4. Lux coming back tomorrow, probably from Monster 7-6-4-9. Maybe hold on some runners on LA. Choked a 6-run lead. We got some Padre fans in the mix. ESPN sucks. We win for that. Finish. Agreed. We got to Ricardo. Well said. We got San Rios to AAA. We got May was fire. I mean, look, the reality is when everyone's healthy, you're not going to see Edwin Rios or probably Matt Beatty on this team as far as the big league roster. But so I'm not going to worry about that. I almost punched my TV. LO Adam 818 Lakers. What kind of TV do you have? Give me the brand. Give me the inches. Let me know down below in the comments section. To his credit, when Belly and McKinstry get healthy, will McKinstry be a starter? That's a good question over on YouTube. I don't think there's really a place for him to start right now, but I do think that obviously he's going to be the first option for a lot of different, we'll see what happens at second base. If Gavin Lux struggles on his way back, Zach McKinstry continues to rate, maybe he overtakes Gavin Lux at second base. They have given him a runway and a real opportunity to lock down the second base spot this year, but I think his offense is too good to deny. We'll see how Major League Baseball adjusts to Zach McKinstry. So we'll see how they adjust to the super utility man. Will they pitch him differently? How will they attack him, and how will he adjust back? So I still think it's early, and then we'll see. Look, I mean, can you throw him in left? You still got to think about Chris Taylor, too, because Chris Taylor is also going to be a guy that you're going to see fill in and get some big spots and get some starts too. I mean, I think the guy to keep an eye on would be A.J. Pollock. A.J. Pollock, he had the home run this series, his first home run of the year. He struggled mightily for a good portion of the start of the season. So how will he respond? Will he get it going? I think that's another thing to consider too. But this bullpen hasn't been good for years. From 5150 Rams, we got on to Cincinnati. I like that. On to Cincinnati from Bill Belichick. You get one right there. Dave Roberts is fire trash. Our leverage relievers growing on trees. We got May was fantastic and it was wasted. So sad from Jin over on Periscope. Can we Scott Schultz over on Facebook? Can we stop with the "it's only April" comments? If in October it's a tie race, then April is just as important as any other month. So you're absolutely right, Scott. The wins count just the same in April as they do in October. I think what a lot of people mean is when it comes to, look, your team's going to look different just from so many different aspects, from just the roster itself to the way they play to guys just getting going and finding their rhythm and hitting their stride during the season in October versus April. And we know what this franchise is about. It's about winning the World Series title. It's World Series or bust in LA. It's not World Series or bust in San Diego. We know if they go to the NLCS, it's going to be parades on parades, and it's going to be a big deal in San Diego. But we know the standard in LA because of the talent of this team and the expectations. So, but I'm with you too. But I am with you on that. Look, I mean, I'm taking this loss pretty seriously. I definitely am. It would be a different story if I knew we were completely at full strength and they were at full strength and then they took 3 out of 4 from LA. It'd be a little bit of a different story, but I just think the frustrating thing today was the missed opportunities and the fact that they blew a 6-run lead. I mean, teams trailing by 6+ runs in the 7th inning or later are 100. They're now 101 now. They're now 101 and 13,547. So that's a game you are supposed to win. There's no way to spin this. This is a terrible loss for the Los Angeles Dodgers as far as not being able to take advantage of it. But Rick, bring back Puig. Padres run LA. Come on, man. That's just ridiculous, man. Padres, enjoy your run right now, but you guys will slide into irrelevancy, I would say, at some point during this run. But to say you run LA is just a downright egregious thought and ridiculous. There's probably more Dodger fans in San Diego than there are Padres fans in San Diego, if we're being completely honest here. I know tons of myself. Blah, blah, blah. We played horrible bounce back. Bring the Reds. Chris. Hey, Chris. I like that. Just, let's go to the next one. Gavin Lux, not to be anything. It's only April from Rick Romero. Yeah, what's your concern level? Give me a 1 out of 10. What is your concern level with this loss? Let me know down below in the comment section. We'll get back into breaking down this game. So bottom of the 6th inning. So bottom of the 6th inning, this is where I thought, look, we're going to party tonight, right? Sheldon Noisy, come on, feel the Noisy. He gives it a nice home run swing. He just crushes a ball off of Ramirez, batting for Dustin May, and he crushes the ball, making it 3-1. And the Dodgers come on. And look, I mean, this series, Sheldon Noisy, he really got it done. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Pinch hitters were 2 for 22 before his home run. He hits the bomb. Then Betts, he smokes an infield single. Seager stroked a single to center. Mookie goes first to third, giving the Dodgers runners on the corners with no outs. Then LA plates another run after Justin Turner hit a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Betts, making it 4-1 Los Angeles. Then Muncy recorded his 4th walk of the day. Then CT3, he cranks a hanging sinker to center for a CT 3-run shot, making it 7-1 Dodgers. And I thought at that point it was over. A 7-1 lead at home that late in the game. You're going to win that game more than 99% of the time. I mean, the win probability on that is extremely high. Then after that, that makes it 7-1 LA. A.J. Pollock, he singled. Then Austin Barnes, he grounded out. But the Dodgers, they explode for 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 home runs, 1 by Noisy and 1 by CT3. And we started to get comfortable. I think that was the issue tonight. But we got 6th, Albert Sandoval. We got thoughts on Kershaw's at bat. I wanted to see him bunt. I wanted to see him lay it on the bunt. But I also thought that I wanted so badly for him to get – look, we saw his pitching performance when he got into it with Profar. He comes back and he gets the RBI. He draws the walk out there. He was hacking. I mean, he was taking some hacks, and we've seen him get big hits in big situations. So, but I definitely want to see the ball in play there, and unfortunately, he didn't get it. OMG, breaking news, Price is hurt. Is that really true? Let me know down below in the comments. Is that a reality? Is David Price really hurt? Because I just go live right after the game. So, 7 for me, partly due to the injuries and our bullpen. That's from Laura Quintana over on YouTube. Anthony Keene, I'm at a 6 on the concern level. Our holes have been exposed, April or not. Bruce Davis, funny people want to back Dave Roberts. He always is outplayed. Acknowledge the Padres. The Padres are a good team. Padres are a tough team. And Fernando Tatis Jr., he went into God mode this weekend. He balled out 5 home runs this series, 2 games in a row where he hits 2 home runs. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So you got to tip your cap to that guy. And I like what I saw on the base pass too. Very aggressive. What him and Trevor Bauer did was great for the game of baseball. This whole weekend was fantastic for the sport that I love, more than any sport in the world, and you got to give credit to Fernando Tatis for accomplishing a lot of that. So nothing but respect for Tatis Jr. as a player. But from these past 2 games, probably a 7. Tomorrow we play Moose. I went to high school with him. That's what I'm talking about. DJ Pierce was trash from Tightman. Fire Splash. We got Tina G-Man. A lot of people don't think the World Series win was legit. Another World Series win would be huge. I agree. That would absolutely add credibility to last year's World Series, because then we could say we won it in a shortened season, we won it in a regular season. There's nothing you can say. We can also say we won it last season with 2 extra games, and I truly believe that the Braves and the Rays were the 2 best teams in baseball other than the Dodgers last season. So I think that you can look back and look at some other years where some of the opponents in the World Series and the LCS series weren't as quality opponents as the teams the Dodgers faced last season. Look, I mean, had the Padres been fully healthy in that NLDS, we could also we still swept them. They still had a lot of their players in there, pretty much their entire lineup. Of course, they were out. Lamet and Clevenger left the game very early there. But Darvish was great. We got Dodgers. You're still the best team, so don't worry. Love you all. That's from Bonnie. I like that, Bonnie. Come with the positivity. I needed that. Don't hate the players, hate the game, respect Tatis. Hey, man, Fernando Tatis. I mean, all these Padre fans get very sensitive when anyone says anything about Fernando Tatis Jr. But look, I mean, what can you say about the guy? I mean, I don't see Dodger fans disrespecting Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't even have an issue with him looking back at Will Smith when he was making his call. Look, I mean, if he wants to, I think it was more of a mental game in mind games by Tatis, if anything. So, look, I mean, Will Smith, if he thinks it's an issue, he can call a timeout, go to the pitcher, change the sign. So the onus is really on him to react to that. But here we go. How long did it take you to do where you can see the messages from other? I'm not really sure. I'm not the producer of the show. My man, Mr. Clint Pacius. Mr. Clint Pacius. Go follow him at RealFRG. He's the senior editor at Dodgers Nation and the co-host of the Blue Heaven podcast. So he does all the producing stuff behind the scenes when it comes to things like that. But here we go. We got Price has a hamstring injury. Thanks, Anthony Keene. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to see their faces day after day. You're tired of seeing it. This is better than David Vassay. My man, Rick Romero. David Vassay, he's the man. I've met him a couple times. He's a cool dude. David Vassay, if you're watching us, he rocks with the show too. So Dave Vassay, he's the man. But thanks, I really appreciate that comment though, man. Thanks a lot. And look, we'll be going live after every game. Not every game, but we go live all throughout the season. So join us for the Dodgers Nation post-game show. The difference between this show is we don't screen the callers, right? We don't screen those callers. We just read your takes and we let it fly. So we don't really, we just got to go with the flow here. And like I said, I'm the man of the fan, and I'm here to get your takes. But here we go. The bullpen looks weak. Per Dave Roberts, Price has a hammy, another hit to the injured list. Wow, Anthony Keene. First of all, thanks for giving me that update. But two, that's definitely a blow, and that's definitely bad news for this Dodgers bullpen. So we'll get into that, and we'll talk about David Price there in the top of the 7th inning. So he comes in to pitch the top of the 7th inning, and he gives up back-to-back singles to start the inning. Hosmer single to left, Cronenworth, he singles. Then he gets Mateo swinging on a changeup, and then Profar, he was safe at first on an error by Noisy, and Cronenworth advances to second, Hosmer to third. Padres pinch hit for Ramirez, and he grounds into the double play. So DP got the DP, and that was good to see, but did give up some hits right there. Then the top of the 8th inning, Brusdar Graterol, he walks Fernando Tatis Jr., gets Grisham to fly to center for the first out, and then Manny Machado, he singled to center on a hit and run. Fernando Tatis, he advanced to third, giving the Padres runners on the corners of 1 out. And then Brusdar's night was done. So he's still getting back into the mix and really hasn't been his dominant self that we saw all year last season. So he goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up a hit, not enough strikes for Bruce Dart tonight. But in comes Victor Gonzalez. V-Gon, the Vigo, you think he's going to be the guy, that high leverage lefty reliever coming out of there. You think that he's going to get it done. Well, first pitch, Eric Hosmer, he rips a single to right, scoring Tatis, and that gives the Padres that helped that made the score 7-4. So they cut into that lead. They were just chipping away late in this game right here, and V-Gon, he gives us that hit right there to Dave Navarro, a.k.a. Eric Hosmer. And then he walked Cronenworth to load the bases with one out. Mateo grounds to Noisy. And it looked like it could have been an inning double play, but it took a strange little bounce off the mound. They get the force at second, but Mateo, he legs it out at first. Very fast guy, fast player, just legged it out. He's safe. And the Padres, like I said, just chipping away at that Dodger lead at that point. Then that brought up Profar with 2 outs and runners at the corners, and V-Gon, he strikes out Profar with the slider for the 3rd out. So he did limit the damage in that inning, but the Padres, they get 2 in the 8th, and then there was some serious momentum. They were clawing away at that Dodger lead, and you knew at some point the Dodgers were either going to have to bury them or the Padres were coming. But we'll get back into the game here. Need Kelly back. Get back into your comments. David Grant, need Kelly back. Anybody heard anything on Brandon Morrow? Not very much news on him. Dodgers have the worst bullpen and cannot retire the Padres in order. My dude from Bruce Davis. What up, Bruce Davis? Neil K. Gratterall should have struck out Tatis. The ump robbed him. Yeah, another bad call by Reynolds tonight. I mean, I'm just expecting bad call after bad call from these umpires. Like I said, the inconsistency. I'm calling them the dumpires until they get it right. But Dodgers relievers pitched scared. That's from Neil K. over on Periscope. Victor, Scotty Cat over on Periscope. Victor hasn't looked good the last 2 outings. Larry Scott, Padres will get swept again. Too much Dodgers concerned. Price, we got the no-no Joe. We got no-no Joe, Rick Romero. That's another great point to him. And the pitch count was up on Joe Musgrove. The Dodgers were doing what they do best. Strike zone awareness, play discipline, working counts. And Joe Musgrove, he goes 3 innings. So if I told you that Joe Musgrove goes 3 innings, gives up 2 runs at 77 pitches through 3, you would have probably felt good about the Dodgers winning this game, and you really should have for a vast majority of this game. But unfortunately, I mean, like it or not, this is a regular season game you'll talk about for quite some time. I mean, there's been some instant classics in this series. The 11-6 extra innings game that the Dodgers won. Now the Padres, they win an extra innings game on the road. So got to give them their credit, man. They fought back and they found a way to win this game. But top of the 9th inning, that is where things got extremely interesting. This is where it all went down right here in the top of the 9th inning. So Carantini, he singled to left, and you got Jimmy Nelson in, and Carantini, he singled to left. Campusano, he flied to center for the 1st out, and then FTJ, he singled to left. Carantini advanced to second, giving the Padres runners on 1st and 2nd with 1 out. Then Grisham, he singled to left, scoring Carantini. And we were talking about that. I mean, dude, the shift, it helps you, it hurts you. In this situation, it hurt the Dodgers, and he gets the single right there. And that made the lead. That really made this game tight. That really tightened things up. It cut the Dodgers' lead to 1. It was 7-6 at that point. And like I said, I mean, that shift really hurt the Dodgers there. And then Manny Machado, he singled to center, scoring Tatis to tie the game. So I hope you know when you go boo Manny Machado, he's a guy that he looks like it actually helps him. I mean, he's really hasn't had a great year, but he's had some he had some big moments with the Dodgers. So that really fueled him. And tonight, I think, and he gets the big single to tie things up. And then Jimmy Nelson, he walks Hosmer. Cronenworth flies to left for the 2nd out. And then he gets so give Nelson some credit. I mean, he did bounce back in that inning to get Mateo swinging with the bases loaded to get out of that jam. But they do tie it up. They do tie things up. And at that point, you're really, really concerned about whether or not the Dodgers would find a way to come out victorious and take this win and split this series. But let's get into some comments, and then we'll break down the later innings here. So need Belly back too. So do you guys think at this point the Dodgers need to make a move for a bullpen piece? Let me know down below in the comment section. What are some names you want to see? I'm always getting Amir Garrett. I'm hearing about Hader. So let me know down below in the comments. Urias will beast tomorrow. David Grant, that's my guy. The Urias, as I like to call him. And yeah, I mean, you saw how fantastic he was. 11 punch-outs in his last outing. But only 1 hit to a little infield single. I think it was Hannegard. So Thanks, Roberts. Rick Romero still giving Doc the business. Luggs has been the best fielder. Hopefully he can come back healthy and start to hit. That's from Backup T1 over on YouTube. That's a great point, and that doesn't really get mentioned that much, that he's been a very dependable fielder for this Dodger team while he's been in there. And that was a question mark with Gavin Lux, but he's definitely got it done with the glove. So having him back in there will hopefully was going to help this Dodgers defensively right from the get-go. So you're right on the money with that one. They only boo the greatest, and that's a good quote. I like that, Alberto. And but look, he's still Manny Machado. I'm a big boo guy, man. I boo everything. I mean, I'm like a ghost in the audience, man, in the seats, in the stands. I'll boo anything, and like I have no problem with people booing Manny Machado. It's all fun and games. Look, man, all you need to know about Manny Machado, if the Dodgers offered him 10 years, $300 million, he would have signed with the Dodgers in a heartbeat. But they didn't have any interest in locking him up long term. We got Anthony Keene. I think if Price is serious and misses time, Dodgers got to make a move. Hater on the way. That's from Anthony Keene. Brulio Estrada Jr. No trades. Call up Gray before pulling the trigger on a trade. I like that take right there. He had his moments. I mean, look, we know Gray's talent is ridiculous. Is he ready for the show in that role? I don't know. That's a different story, but definitely has some serious talent. But I think like I said, I think the Dodgers, maybe they do have too many reclamation projects. And it's not that these guys can't get it done. It's the injury concerns. Corey Knebel, I thought Jimmy Nelson really bounced back well today, but he did blow it there late in the game. He allowed the Padres to tie things up. Hopefully these guys can get it going and stay healthy. But we got hashtag Fire Roberts, 2018 vibes, back-to-back Nate. Interesting. I mean, a little World Series hangover, but if it's 2018 vibes, I'll take another World Series appearance because I think that the difference, I think with this team and this pitching staff is a much more talented team. That team really had no business in the World Series. But how long before Edwin Rios is sent down? 39 at-bats, hitting 103.4 hits. That's from High Desert Peeps. Look, when everyone's healthy, he definitely will be sent down. Preach DMAC, way too many fixer-uppers. Yeah, Anthony Keene. They should have brought in Trinan, Jonathan Jimenez. Yeah, I mean, he's been kind of working lately. So, I mean, with that, I mean, it just kind of fell apart. I mean, Bruce Gratterall is a guy that's gonna give you some high leverage moments, and Vigon is the high leverage lefty out of the pen. So, and Blake Trinan is a guy that I like Blake Trinan in these big moments, in these big games too. I really think he feeds into these big moments too. Does Blake Trinan? But look, he pitched yesterday. He had the 3 punch outs in yesterday's game. Then he pitched Thursday. Could he have pitched today? You know, that's a fair point, no question about it. That was ball 4, David Grant, absolutely. But at this point, we can't blame the umpires. We have to adjust to it because if they're not going to be giving us those calls and we can't execute our approach at the plate, then we need to be more aggressive at the plate, and we need to not let it go. We need to not let it put it in the umpire's hands if that's how it's going to be for the rest of this year. So the Dodgers have to adjust accordingly if you're going to get these bad calls from the umpires for the rest of the year. But Julio for Cy Young, Rick Romero, what did I tell you before the season? He would get some Cy Young votes, and he'd be an all-star, and I'm feeling good about it. Moose, how's it going, Moose? We got Michael Brown. I'm sorry, I don't know. Padres. Padres don't steal bases; they take them. Padres aren't scared of our catcher's arms. Fire take right there. You're bringing the heat. We got great point. It's like he knows Barnes. Superstars don't go over 6 and choke in big time winning moments. We got Mookie's timing is off. He'll find it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about Mookie Betts. I don't think he's at 100%. But let's get into this. Let's get into this bottom of the 9th inning. So, Austin Barnes bloops single to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning, and then Edwin Rios flies out. So, at that point, bottom of the 9th inning, I wanted to see some National League small ball there, especially with Edwin Rios at the plate. It would have been a great time to break out of that slump, like one for his last 25. I would love to see some light tower power, some parking lot pimping from Edwin Rios, but unfortunately, he's just not seeing it well right now. And he's just kind of in his head, I think, at the plate. Just nothing. You're seeing a lot of soft contact. He's not hitting the ball hard. You know how big that swing is, and he's got to adjust. And he's got to find, he's got to add some more bullets. He's got to come up with some more bullets. I mean, he's a guy that's going out there, and you're just seeing an all or nothing swing, and he's just not getting great contact, and it's just not happening right now. He's not even striking out a whole lot for Edwin Rios. It's just he's just not getting it done. It's unfortunate because I was really high on him heading into this year, especially with Justin Turner. trying to preserve him at his age, but it looks like JT is in great shape. He doesn't have to worry about it. So I was thinking we would see some Evan Rios at third, and he would get some big hits. But unfortunately, he has the one home run. He had the bomb against Oakland. Last hit, like I said, was April 13th against the Colorado Rockies. But he flies out, and then Mookie Betts, he strikes out on a called strike 3. That was a ball. I mean, that was outside the zone. Yes, it's a tough pitch to take in that count right there, but that was definitely a ball. There's no question about it. Jim Reynolds was making bad call after bad call tonight. Then Corey Seager flies out, and that was all she wrote. So bringing in Rios in that situation instead of going with some small ball, maybe have him bunt. I mean, I was even thinking at the time when Rios was coming up, we saw Kershaw later in the game. I was thinking at the time, I want to see Kershaw bat right there instead of Rios at the time, just because how badly he's been going through it. But then the top of the 10th inning, Profar, he grounded his short. Mateo advances to third. He walks Carantini, strikes out Weathers for the second out. And then that brings up FTJ with runners on the corners, 2 outs. And then Jimmy Nelson, he strikes out FTJ to end the inning. So I actually feel pretty solid about Jimmy Nelson as he continues to get reps out there. I mean, that was a big punch out right there to end the inning, to get Fernando Tatis Jr. I thought with the struggles that he had the last inning, that'd be a tough out for him to get, but he comes through in that situation. And then the bottom of the 10th inning, the Dodgers had such an opportunity to walk this thing off and erase what would be a complete implosion, blowing a 6-run lead. JT grounded to second, and Corey Seager advanced to third. Max Muncy was intentionally walked. The funky Muncy, I mean, Max Muncy, you can spell it M-U-N-C, M-U-N-S-E-E. I mean, he was seeing the ball so well tonight. 5 walks for the funky Muncy. Then they intentionally walked CT3. Clayton Kershaw struck out. Then DJ Peters, he had an opportunity to win it for the Dodgers. I was thinking, man, this is a storybook ending on Oscar night to have DJ Peters come in there and, Glendora kid growing up loving the Dodgers, for him to get a walk-off against the Padres, man, I'm telling you, it would have been special. Unfortunately, on a 3-2 count, he swings and misses at an elevated fastball. It would have been ball 4. It was outside the zone. A tough pitch to take for a player that's just been called up to the show. But, look, I mean, that is pretty much his MO. I mean, he's a big swing and miss guy, and unfortunately wasn't able to put the ball in play and get a big hit there. But, I mean, I really think that Kershaw had a better at-bat there than DJ Peters, but I really wouldn't see, the Kershaw squeeze. But top of the 11th inning, we had on time 52 minutes. Thanks for rocking with us, guys, to the very end here, but we'll keep at it. We got to get into we got to break it all the way down, because you guys, that's how you get down here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Top of the 11th. So Clevenger, I thought Gary Clevenger has some good stuff, man. He's got a live arm, man. Clevenger, he walks Grisham. FTJ steals third, giving the Padres runners on second and third, 1 out. Machado pops it up for the first out. And then Hosmer hits a sac fly to score FTJ to make it 8-7 Padres. And then he strikes out Hosmer to end the inning. Then bottom of the 11th, Austin Barnes walks. Edwin Rios strikes out. Mookie Betts flies out. And you just saw the Dodgers, they just couldn't get it done at the end of that game. So, yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, it's a tough loss. Dodgers, you don't want to lose to the Padres in that fashion, in dramatic fashion, because, look, for all day tomorrow, that's all everyone's going to be talking about. And then, of course, Corey Seager, he grounded into the fielder's choice there to end the game. They got Barnes out at second. But, look, I mean, that's what everyone's going to be talking about this, not even just on MLB Network. I mean, you're going to see people talking about this. Jim Rome's going to be talking about this. Dan Patrick. Colin Cowherd doesn't even know what baseball is, so he won't talk about it. But a lot of the big shows tomorrow, we'll be talking Padres, Dodgers, and this team is going to be seeing this for a lot of times for the next couple weeks and months before these two teams square off again in June. So, yeah, guys, couple more takes. Thanks for rocking with us. I know it's a tough loss, but that's what this show is all about, getting your fire takes. You guys bring that real fan perspective, and your takes are always A1. I'm always, you guys are always bringing that fire down below in the comment section. But thanks for rocking with us, guys. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. If you want to talk baseball, hit me up all day, every day. And also be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel over at youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Pretty much all things Dodger baseball. We're uploading videos all days, every day. News, analysis, breakdowns, hype videos. You're going to find it right there. We got a new one up there with Bellinger's parents, with the senior editors here, Brooke Smith and Clint Pasillas. We got my man Eric Yulo Eric Yulo show, 3 Up, 3 Down, fire show. You definitely got to check that out, 3 Up, 3 Down. He brings it, best stash in the game. There's no question about it. So be sure to subscribe to that YouTube channel. And here we go, guys. A couple more takes here. Bottom of the ninth, swing for the fences. Any fire takes you've got, here we go. Drop them down below, and then we're going to head out of here, and you guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. But, we got would have taken a hit by a pitch for DJ. That would have been great. Rick Romero, Paul Vaughn, so was Jimmy Nelson. Kevin Stearns over on Facebook discussed it. When will they start to bunt the ghost runner to third? There you go. We talked about that. David Grant, no worries, people. Dodgers will win when it counts. I like that. We got Wilson Zelda. We need to start going back to playing small ball again. Jin, let Padres and Giants duke it out for second place. Let's go Dodgers. Yeah, bring the positive vibes back up. Our record is still what it is. First place. Run differential. I mean, all the top metrics in baseball, you're going to find the Dodgers right there. We're right where we want to be, considering the injuries. But dropping 3 out of 4 to the San Diego Padres at home stings. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care how you spin it. Losing to those guys at home in the way we did, it really hurts. But here we go. We got whole runners, Dodger pitchers. We may lose the battles, but never the war. I like that cookie bets. So I'm talking about. We still the best in baseball. Exactly, James Hyman. Let's go to Wrigley. Beat them 2 out of 3 there. It's all gravy. Yep. I don't like the extra innings rule. That's from Alex Amato. Yeah, we could spend a whole show talking about that, but it does end the game. David Stoffer, another vote for small ball right here. Anthony Keene, Dodgers got to take it to the Reds. Yeah, I mean, I want to see some red-hot, Dodgers against Cincinnati. I mean, we're trying to be the first National League team to repeat in the NL since the 76 Reds. So, yeah, man, let's take it to the Reds, who started the year hot, have started to slip. But, look, every team this year is going to play up to the Dodgers. I don't care who it is. You're playing the Los Angeles Dodgers, the prohibitive favorites to win the World Series. They're going to get every team's best shot this year. So they can't – look, there's going to be no easy wins in Major League Baseball this season. I'm telling you. Big Blue Machine, I like that. Rick Romero. Dodgers get healthy. They will dominate. Thanks for your hard work. Thanks a lot, Wilson. Zelda, thanks for rocking with us, man. We got the Big Blue Crew from James. I like it. That's what I'm talking about, the Big Blue Crew. They're still the best, but they need to step it up. Go Dodgers. That's from Tina G-Man. David Grant, spitting straight facts. There's no crying in baseball. Shout out to Tom Hanks and the Peaches. I mean, come on. You fix this by going on a 10-game winning streak. William Blockson. Yeah, I mean, that's why, honestly, baseball is the best sport because guys go on crazy runs. You see the run the A's went on. I think it was 12 or 13 games after starting 0-6. The Dodgers will go on a run, absolutely, no question about it. Why didn't Kershaw bunt? I mean, we talked about that a little bit tonight. I want that, friend. But, yep, guys, thanks for rocking with us, as always. You guys are the best, the GOAT fans. You know that. And, yeah, I mean, look, like the kind of the big takeaway is you still believe this team will win when it counts. It's just April, but losing to San Diego at home, them taking 3 or 4 definitely stings. But bottom line is the Dodgers, they need to get those bats to be more consistent. They need to heat up those bats and they really need to adjust to this terrible umpiring, and they need to find a way to get and stay healthy. Really, that's the only thing that gets in between the Dodgers and going back-to-back is injury. So we're going to have to monitor that, and we're going to see what the Dodgers will do, who will step up in their absence. We'll be dropping videos all week on YouTube about how the Dodgers will respond to the injury. So be sure to go to that YouTube channel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMAC_LA. That's at DMAC_LA. For all the latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to GearUp.LA. Go to GearUp.LA. Today I'm rocking my Bazooka shirt, Bruce Dark Gratterall blowing the kisses to Manny Machado. You got the Joe Kelly, you got the Mookie Betts, and then you have some other great gear right here. The belly and the ball. Go get a Dustin May shirt, celebrate his fantastic outing today. But definitely go get geared up. Some of the best Dodgers t-shirt designs in the game. Go get your Dodgers Nation drip over at GearUp.LA. For all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers baseball. And as always, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for Dodger Baseball.
What a catch by Mookie Betts. Another home run for Corey Seager. Another strikeout for Kershaw. A robbery of Tatis. Gone. Will Smith.
This is what an ace looks like. And tagged out is Riley, a double play.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.